launched my boat, I started riding down the canal, and I noticed I forgot to take my transom saver off. You know, you put it on the ram, your motor can only go down so far. Well, I got that off, then I noticed it wasn't peeing right. I was in some shallow water. It's very shallow by the lawn. Got an incoming tide today. You wouldn't tell that by this. This always seems like it's flowing out. But I got a plan the way I want to go. As long as everything happens all right. Later than what I wanted to be, but that's okay. Oh, I got a sailboat over there. Never saw a sailboat out here before. There's somebody fishing close there already, but that ain't where I want to go. I might get this on the way back in.
Alright, hello everybody. Appreciate y'all coming to watch the video. I've been trying to make another fishing video quite some time that I could post up here to YouTube, but I can tell you this, it's not easy making these videos, and something can go wrong, and inevitably things go wrong almost all the time. And it starts off, I tried to make a fishing video with my daughter in town for Christmas Eve, and I figured I'd take her out there fishing that day because I figured there wouldn't be too many people out there on Christmas Eve. Well, I think that must be the busiest fishing day of the year because they had so many people out there. I decided to launch at the point over in Slidell, and we were going to head over across the lake and fish where I had caught all them fish on the previous video that I had up with me and my father-in-law. And it was a little windy when we left. They had a slight northeast wind blowing, and you know that can really muck up the lake. Well, we cut across, and it was a little choppy. But by the time we got over there where we wanted to fish, it was really blowing hard. The waves are crashing into the boat, pushing us into the shoreline, and really unfishable. So I caught one little rad over there. And the other part of it, I forgot the camera, so I couldn't even videotape it. All I had was my little handy cam. I didn't even have I had the cameras, I didn't have the brackets that hold them up. So I couldn't even video it anyway. So decided to make the trek back across before it got too bad. Well, thank God for a dual console boat, because it was quartering into those waves on the way back, and it was a heck of a ride. Bumpy. And that boat handled it great, but man, waves and spray crashing over the side of that boat like you don't know. So we were happy to get back to safe harbor, and we decided we might fish in the canals by the launch and by the subdivision, but everybody else had that idea, so they were pretty much loaded up, and we fished hard but never got anything over there. So that was the end of, on the way back in on that trip, right by the launch, I'd run out of fuel in one of my tanks, so I switched over to the other. And the other thing, while I was trying to load the boat onto the trailer, I didn't realize I had the bilge filled from the ride across still. I didn't turn on the bilge pump, and I was having a fit getting that sucker on the trailer. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I lost my ability to do that, and ended up breaking one of the bunks off. Thank God I got it loaded onto the trailer and able to trailer it home. Fixed it, kind of made a little makeshift fix and got it home. I got it home, I fixed the bunk, and I decided I was going to go back out fishing the next time by myself. and launch out of Irish Bayou. It's a beautiful day, perfect overcast, beautiful weather. I was gonna go hit the hospital area, fish that jetty up in that area. A lot of people had some good. I had some good reports from that area. I felt good about it. Well, I was on my way out, and the motor just shut down. Well, from running out of gas the time before, I guess I had pulled some trash up into the fuel system, and those motors, they don't have any tolerances for any trash in there or anything like that. So I couldn't get it to really plane off and do anything good. So I just trolling motored all the way back in, fished all the way back in. I did catch one lonely bass on that trip back in, but nothing to videotape really, nothing to make a good video with. So I worked on cleaning that fuel line out, and I decided to go back out the next time with my father-in-law. What a day we picked! Happened to be the windiest day you ever saw in your life, and without it being a hurricane. It was blowing so strong. I mean, so strong out of the north, and it was cold. But I wanted to run that boat, and I figured maybe we could duck behind the wall, make a little trip out of it, maybe get lucky, catch a few fish, and have a video to show. But that was a bad choice. We got blown all over the place like rag dolls, and I had one hit that day. I even had a little bit of the fish lip on my hook. So we decided to head in. Well, when we headed in, the lock was down. And I was like, oh Lord, the locks are down. What the heck does this mean? I always thought they only went down at specific times, in trouble times and stuff. So I didn't know what we were going to do. And I was looking at the map, trying to find a way around, maybe go through the marsh and come up through the other one. Maybe it was up. Well, while we were sitting there, we noticed it was inching back up, and we just had to wait it out. It took a while, but as soon as I could squeeze under, it took off. We got back to that launch, so we were so happy to be back. Oh, that was a nightmare. So no video there. So I decided to take another trip out. I took a trip by myself, and I was fishing. I went back out there to fish them MRGO locks, and that was a good trip. And I said, finally, I'm gonna have a good video to show people. I'm gonna have a good video to put up on YouTube. Well, my dumb butt had that camera, my chest camera, a GoPro set on, I guess, that time lapse stuff, and I ended up with like 10,000 still images of the trip with no audio. Now the other camera, my little backup camera that I put on the console in the back of the boat to video me up on the bow, it did video, but it doesn't have great audio, and it would have been like watching a silent movie. It wouldn't have made a great video. It would have made a horrible video. So I couldn't really do that. I didn't have much to show. I got just like a silent movie of me catching fish. So that ain't gonna work. So then I tried with me and my father-in-law to go try another trip the next time, and we decided we're gonna launch out of Irish Bayou and hit that southeast shore of the lake, where the trestles go up on the land right there and go up toward New Orleans, and that rock jetty follows the lake that way. Well, I think it goes up like to Haines Boulevard and stuff. We decided I wanted to try to do a topwater bite right there, see if we could get one over there. Well, there was river water everywhere. It was muddy. It was bad looking water. I had heard people were catching fish, but it just didn't happen for us. We tried to hit the trestles on the way back in. Wasn't happening there. Then this eerie fog bank moved in over us. That was having to navigate through that. Then it cleared up. We went fish back by Irish Bayou, fished that rock jetty, fished out into the lake a little bit. All we caught was one little throwback speck. Had a few hits up in the Irish Bayou area, and then caught one flounder. Had a couple little hits out in the lake, but nothing to speak of. No video to be made. Just nasty river water everywhere. So just not having a bunch of luck here. So this is where we end up at this trip. So this is a good trip. This one's gonna make a decent video. So I went ahead and I'm gonna put it up now. Just so y'all can hear where I'm at, just to know where I was at. I'm trying to do my best with this. Got to give hands got to give a hand to all those guys that put videos up, because this is not that easy to do for y'all to have something to watch like this. And I just appreciate y'all watching. Also, check out that old style GPS right there. That's old school stuff. I don't have any that's old school stuff right there. I don't have any new electronics on my boat. I will be getting that. That's in the cards to be getting soon. But for right now, I'm using that old GPS 76. That's what I'm used to, and that it works for me. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching these videos, and y'all take care. Bye.
This is as far as I went last time. This is where I stopped fishing. And I was going to go down where I'm going right now. But that's when my motor shut down and I was like, whoa, not doing that. So we're going to go ahead and try and make that run now. I'd like to fish the rocks on the MRGO up here. And then I want to be able to have an option to go in that marsh as well. That is, nope, that's not it. We're coming up now. I should be able to see waypoints on my GPS in a minute to show me where this marsh is that I want to fish. It kind of starts right here. I think I want to fish this area right here. Yeah. This is where I wanted to fish. I wanted to start fishing here. Alright y'all, I'm starting out with top water, but if that don't work, quickly move to my my jerkbait. Boy, I hear stuff crushing on the other side. I might have to move over. I just hear all kinds of sounds. The wind was supposed to be coming out of the north today. I guess it is. I should have probably started on the other side of this, but that's all right. It's barely blowing. And I want to fish this pretty slow. fishing on the top. I notice a lot of it looks like it's out too, off the bank away, so we're gonna try that. I see a lot of fish popping, a lot of bait. Cool, I don't know what that was. That looked like a garfish maybe. Maybe that's what everything is around here. I don't want that. But we got it's been pretty warm lately. Good grief. And wow, it's been pretty warm lately, and it's supposed to be rainless front pass through, so boy, you can hum this thing. What I'm using is some kind of, it's a heading, top water popping bait. It's pretty big. If we're going to catch fish on there, well, I always say that little trout will hit anything, but generally big bait, big fish. It's a big bait, so I'm trying for some big fish today. Yeah, that's a garfish for sure that I just saw. Don't want that. Cool. Big old monster garfish right there. I might have to get away from this thing. I'm stopping here for the sole purpose that we might have bait coming out of this outlet right here. And I haven't had one blow up on this yet. And I know I'm just starting, but usually if it's working, it's working. I'm gonna fish it on over here to this point. And if I don't get anything, I'm switching. That's one of the problems with right here, boat traffic. Right when I got to where I wanted to be. Shucks. bird trying to take my bait. Hey, get out of here. Dog it. Stupid bird. How come I can fool a bird but I can't fool a fish? Oh, that looks like a little tiny pop. Get away from him. What the? Well, that's just plumb dumb aggravating. Can't do for topwater fishing because the birds want it. Gotta tell y'all, the last time I was fishing over here, I did pretty good. Problem is, I had the stupid camera set on. It was like that time-lapse crap. It just takes a photo every few minutes, a few seconds. That was terrible. I had the other camera. Oh, that's a big old garfish. I had the other camera going, and I got some video on that, but it just wasn't good enough video. I think I'm gonna call this a try for right now, and I'm gonna try something else. We'll try this little jerk bait here. Alright, well, we're gonna have to just go the other way because that's the way. Oop. Everything wants to work. What I'm using here is this bait I've done so well on. That's a Strike King. Forgot exactly what they call it, but I've been using it for quite a while. I think the color's table rock or something like that. I know one of the popular guys on YouTube was using a scope stick in that color, but it was totally different. A lot different, I should say. It's just real giving me issues. These fancy high dollar reels ain't supposed to give issues. That's why I bought them. Ooh. Oh, you know what I did not pull out yet? I'm playing with fire, but not doing that. You never knew when that one will show up that you need that net for. One of the reasons I decided to come fishing the MRGO today is I was looking at the Modus, Louisiana map, and I noticed last time we went fishing, we fished in out by the Middle Banks, Lake Pontchartrain, and we caught only one fish. We had a few hits and stuff, nothing major. We tried all of that area. We tried a little bit by the trestle. We tried man, we tried all up and down that bank, and then out off of it, even down the rock jetties. Caught one flounder, but the water was terrible muddy. Now I see these videos with the guys doing the trolling and they catching the heck out of the speckled trout, but I just ain't set up to fish like that. And I mean, maybe one day I'll do it, but this, right now, just not my style. And so I decided to look, and the only place that they had clean water basically was in this area. I mean, the MRGO was clean, a little bit of the Lake Bourne shoreline. I might try that a little bit later, but yeah, it looks like it's hard finding good clean water anywhere around here, and this looks like where the cleanest water is. We got the April full moon going on right now, which historically everybody always hummed and hawed like woo, you know. I don't like full moons, but you know, if you didn't go fishing because of everything you didn't like, well shit, you can find a reason not to go every day of your life. So I just find a reason to go. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I'm off work. Just good, nice, pretty time to be in the water. Whether or not the fish bite, well, that's another thing altogether. We'll have to find them somewhere today, though. I'm seeing stuff on the water down this way, so hopefully that's a good sign. Sad thing is, I ain't had a bite yet. Thought I did once, but I think that was just a glitch. Everything's saying there's fish out here. I mean, I think the tide is a little off. It's supposed to be coming in, and I don't see much happening. So, and it's supposed to come in all day with just a foot range, about a foot. So it ain't much of a tide. It's low water right now, so it'd be nice to get a little bit more water in here where I want to go fish in that marsh. I do see bait fish hitting. And it's about that time of year where the shrimp are going to start showing up again. That was definitely a hit, yeah. Finally had a hit. Starting to see a lot of action on here though. Let's see. Got any friends or anybody still there? Didn't feel like a monster hit though. Just a tip. Tick. I don't think I need to slow it down. There should be some warm water. I don't have electronics on my boat right yet. I'm gonna get that put on there. So I'm at a disadvantage of knowing water depth and water temperature. So, but I know, I mean, I just know I used to fish without all of that all my life. And you kind of know the conditions. There we go. There we go. That looks like a good one. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Alright. There we go. That's what we're looking for there. Slippery little suckers. Uh, 18 and a half. 18 and a half. That's what I'm talking about. One of the nice ones. And there it is. And that was working it very fast. Might have to be working it faster. That's a good trout there, y'all. I'll work that bait a little faster from here just to try and see if that's a Right when I stopped, I felt something. It was like something swapped at it. That hit it. Do it again. Shoot. Well, as they say, don't get out of the boat, fella. What the heck? Am I on the bottom? There we go. That ain't the bottom, but that, whatever this is huge. This is a fish. If this is a trout, this ain't no trout. It's a huge trout, y'all. It's a huge trout. It's a huge trout. That's kind of foul hook. That's one of the problems here with this. God darn it. Is this amateur hour here? What the heck? On the bottom? There we go. That ain't the bottom, but that, whatever this is huge. This is a fish. If this is a trout, this ain't no trout. It's a huge trout, y'all. It's a huge trout. It's a huge trout. That's kind of foul hook. That's one of the problems here with this. God darn it. Is this amateur hour here? Y'all, the big trout here. Yeah. He is 23. Yeah, that's a big trout there. I think he's okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that big boy go, big girl go, because that's a good fish. Yeah, that's a good fish to go back and breed. Yeah, that's a good fish to go back and breed. That was a good one. I made that look stupid. Let's try it again. Sad when you're hoping for a little bit smaller, huh? .3 inches. I think that's my best this year. My best in a while too. Hope he's all right. I had him foul hooked in the head. Tell you what, I love this bait. When it's not tangled up. There we go. Got another one. This is a pretty good one, but this is more my style here. I don't even know if this will be a keeper. I hope so. He might make 13. Oh yeah. Good. 13 1/4. Does that tangle up every time I catch a fish? They definitely want it faster. They're a little bit closer to the rocks than I thought they would be. That's definitely a pickup in the wind there. When they work right, those Corrado reels really are nice. That 150 DC HX or HG, or I don't know, it's the right-handed version of the 150 DC. And I got it on that Zodius rod. That's nice. Very nice. I got a Tatula reel too. I need to get a better rod to put it on. I got it on an ugly stick right now, which is fine. Might have to go back and fish that stretch of bank again. A little bit of a dry spell here. Is that right though? Oh yeah, that wind's picking up now. I think I lost him. Yeah. Yep. That's a nice fish. That was definitely a nice fish. Definitely getting a lot more wind now, and that was to be expected today. It had 10 to 12 by noon out of the northwest. Yeah, I got my hat on all crooked like that because I was trying to block the sun earlier. Yeah, that's a dink. But that means they're here. They would have been barely a keeper at another time. Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to use a pliers on this. This stinks. I'm messing up this little fish. How did you get that thing hooked like that? Just for shits and giggles. Not even to keep it back where he went. Huh? He swam off. He ain't doing so well. That sucks. Yeah. Can't complain because he wouldn't have been a keeper before either. But they got fish here for sure. They got real nice fish here. I really don't want to. I like catching fish. Of course I want to catch one every cast like this. Another little dink. But the thing about it is, little male croaking. I want to catch just enough to take home, at least, which I got with just the 2 fish I have. That'd feed us. But this is crazy how well this bite's turning on now. I mean, little dinks, but there's gonna be some big ones in there, as we already have seen. Must be having a party on that road back over there. I hear nothing but traffic over there. I don't think I've ever heard anyone back over there before. Yeah, they're pretty much up on the rocks. You gotta get close. Oh, that was a monster! Holy shnikes! What the hell was that? That was a monster. Oh my God! Oh, my heart is beating so hard right now. Oh, y'all. That was the biggest fish I ever seen in my life hit like that. That was definitely a trout too. Oh, I ain't never seen one that big hit right here. That was bigger than that first one, that second one I caught. Oh my God, y'all. Oh Lord, I can't believe I missed that fish. Oh, I yanked it right out of his mouth too. Oh, y'all. Oh my God, if y'all could have saw that. I caught a 23-inch trout already, and that one right there would have made him look small. Holy moly! Oh my God! Wow! That's why every one of us loves to fish. There's always that one right there lurking around the corner, huh? Oh. Oh. Wow, yeah. Wow. Whew. I'm just gonna keep on perseverating on that. I guess until I catch another one. Just to know that that one's out here though. Wow. Big fish, y'all. Sometimes they hurt. When you miss them, they hurt. It actually hurts. I missed a lot of fish in my life. That one hurt. Okay, here's that overcast they were calling for. This might be that front. coming through. You know, you gotta wonder if you ever, you know, can I put on another bait and try something else? But man, the way this is working right now, I mean, I'm getting a lot of good action on a jerk bait. Who would put that down to just see right now? Golly, man. Y'all, I'm gonna have dreams about that bite tonight. Never one to say I need to catch a limit, like I was saying earlier, but a couple more that can take the ride home would be nice. Little dink, I believe. I don't know. Uh-oh. Might have something to him. Nah, never mind. Another little dink. Come on, man. That's one of them eyeball hooks. Dang it. About another 3 inches I need on that one. That's what she said. I mean, you got to be right up on the rocks. For those dinks are all up on the rocks, I know that. But that big one was all of them have been pretty close to the rock. Yeah, it's definitely getting windy. That must be that front coming through. That's alright, as long as I can fish it, I'm fishing. I got a half a mind to get into that marsh where I can after I finish this, but this is just a great bite here to me. You never know when that big one's coming. I love having that feeling. See, I got this little point coming up over here. Wherever you see these little points, a change in the terrain. I've been having a little bit of turn on a little bit. Come on, man. Enough with the little dinks and stuff. Want them big ones. Felt like a hit. That felt like a hit for a second, eh? Oh, come on. Oh. Shoot. That's the thing about it, though. You gotta get them close. Try a jig or something. Everything looks kosher on here, good. Everything looks good. Well, not anymore. There we go. That might be a keeper. That might be a good one. I think we have a 13-incher here. I think we might. We might. Come here, because I think you're going to go home. 13 and a half. When you're on a good stretch, you got to get it back out there. He hit it on the total stop. That's quite a big, good mix of fish going on right now, though. That's totally what I expected today. That there might be some big fish to be had in this clear water. I just think there's a ton of fish in here. I mean, shoot, you might be able to put a jig on and just knock them out. But it's so much fun fishing with a bait like this too. You know they got tons of fish in there. That was a hit. Crazy. It was a hit. Wow. Oh, you got to be flipping kidding me. The first cast, I was about to say, the last time I did this, I ended up on a rock almost every cast. I'm gonna do this one more time. So, here we go. We're gonna give it a try. All right, let's see if I can stay off the rocks this time. that was a rock. I don't know if that was a hit or a rock. That's crazy. That's weird. That was pretty far off. So, but I've hooked rocks way far off over here before. So, that don't mean too much in the grand scheme of things. Boy, it's hard switching from that Corrado to this Ambassador. I thought we're gonna see a reel. But I do like this reel. Ooh, it's hard fishing with this. Oh, that was definitely a hit. That was definitely a hit, yeah. Wow. Okay. So, we're getting something here. That's crazy if it's going to be a lot of hits. A lot of wind. Ooh. Man, is that rock? Or is that... That's rock. I ain't doing this. I did this last time. We're going in the marsh. I mean, I'm pretty far out. All right, I got an idea where I want to go. With this wind being like it is, and I know the forecast has said that this is going to be cloudy most of the day after this cloud bank moves in. So let's go explore new possibilities, if that's in the cards. fish this area. Yeah, this area, I mapped it out and it looks so good on the map. But the thing is, when I mapped it out, it didn't have this much wind. Somewhere. Well, that water was up at one time. I can see the water line. Y'all see that? Oop, what the? Okay. Alright, that was a hit. No, little redfish. I saw him hit over there. And then I threw on him and he hit that bait as soon as it hit the water. That is not even a keeper in the years past. But it is a fish. So I saw him hitting. Oh, there's another one right there. Huh. I can see him. On the way in one more time. That will be the end of today. Pretty good day. I enjoyed it. Goodbye. Here we go. Let's get back to catching some fish now. Water looks beautiful right here. Yeah. and the sun's back out. So let's hope we have the stars and the sun and the moon aligned now. I mean, we did good earlier. We did. I did. Y'all watching. This is a lot further down, a lot further north from where it was. I don't think that's going to matter much though. I think there'll be fish here. I'd like to get about 2 more fish to take home. I mean, I got enough for us to eat, I believe, for tonight, for a meal. You always like to have a little bit left over though. That was a fish, but it is not. It'd be our friends the rocks, and I hate the rocks. Well, I love the rocks, but I hate being hung up on the rocks. That's a good one. That is definitely a good trout there. That's another big boy. That's another big boy. That's another big boy. Another good one. Woo! Woo-hoo. Oh, that's when it's fun. When these treble hooks get into the net. Nice trout there. Another 19-incher. All right, y'all. I'm hoping this camera got the last 19-inch trout I just caught, because the other camera is out of batteries. So I'm gonna fish for about another 10 more minutes. I got plenty enough fish for tonight. 2 19-inch trout is more than enough. And I think I got 2 13 and a half inch trout in there. So we got, that's a monster there. That's a nice one. Boy, he hit it, felt like it was a rock coming back on me. What a day. Monster trout. It was a monster trout day. I mean, I know I ain't caught a bunch of them, but all I wanted to do was catch a few big ones, catch a little dinner. Pretty much anything over 20 going back. 23 was wow, and then whatever that is I missed. That was way bigger than 23. That was the biggest trout I would have ever had on. I've had a couple big ones on. I remember the days back when Seabrook used to be kicking, boy. You used to kick every trout you put in your box was a 18, 19, 20 inch trout. Boy, that trout hit like a fierce something getting to too, so it ain't like they ain't hungry. Yeah, definitely hungry. There we go. That's another good trout there. That's the last one. I don't need any more. Oh, foul hooked, but it's still a good trout. Ain't got a real good place to handle this sucker. Alright, so that's gonna be the last one of the day here. That's all I need. That's a good trout. That's a good solid 15. So that's all I need. I think I'm gonna call it a day, y'all. I could sit here and poke away and probably catch a limit, but I don't want to be out here all day. I want to go home and kind of enjoy it. My last day off before I go back to work. So, clean some fish, have a good dinner, night with the wife.